In the African American community, mental illness often brings loneliness and shame, making people feel as if their world is shrinking, as if they're invisible.
I kind of was approaching that big transition of graduating from undergrad, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I would just think about what I was or wasn't going to eat or going to the gym. I'd say the mental stress and isolation and loneliness and eating disorder behaviors really reached a head. And I lost a lot of weight really quickly. And so it really just got worse. My hair started to thin. I was cold a lot of the time. I really was obsessing over food. I was getting a lot of feedback from people that I looked great. And that's kind of unfortunately how society can be sometimes, where if someone loses any amount of weight, it's like really exciting.
No one wants to see their daughter or their children in pain. I just knew it was important for her to come home to an environment of love and that we would figure this out together.
It could have been easier if I had someone who could really have met me where I was. The first therapist I saw was a white man, and then all the staff at the treatment center were white.
I work at a high school and it's still hard. I have students of color don't want to talk to their guidance counselor. They rather talk to me because they don't trust their guidance counselor. They don't want to tell them their personal business. I think there's more of a racial bent towards, I don't want to tell those people my business and what am I going to disclose and how can they use that information against me? So I think that is a part of the genuine distrust that people of color may have to the majority population.
Because the medical community is not as sensitive in terms of the different cultural dynamics, people have felt misunderstood.
I think that when you find people coming from communities that already feel stigma as a consequence of race or gender or class, it adds another component to it. You are already to some extent on the margins, and the last thing you want to take on is another label that further marginalizes you.
Strong community support can help remove the stigma of mental illness. That's why we encourage people in our church to seek help.
And who are all among us knows how important it is to get some help. When something's wrong, you need to get some help. If you got chest pain, you go to the doctor and get some help, amen. And if you got some emotional pain, then there are places to go for help for that as well.
I got issues, you got issues, all God's children got issues. Some of us are better at papering them over. Too many of us expend too much energy breaking our back to keep up our front. We got issues. And I know it because when you get stressed, the issues come out. Somebody said people are like sponges. When you squeeze them, you find out what's really inside.
I think it's still just breaking through to people that what we're dealing with in mental illness is very much like what we're dealing with diabetes. It's just that the organ involved is the brain instead of the pancreas. It's both frightening, right, and extremely mysterious. And you put things that are frightening and mysterious together, it's usually a bad combination.
If you don't see someone who necessarily looks like you, and your experience has been that people might not respect you because of your race, then you're not likely to go for help.
So I do know that there are people, particularly African Americans, who feel like you can't go to a therapist, they'll think you're crazy. And it's like, no, therapy's good. I work in a high school, no, counseling's good. You need to talk to people.
And there are plenty, like Ray says, there are plenty of us who have also experienced some mental health challenges, and there's a bright light on the other side, and we can get there.